Instead na ipatawag ang spokesman na itinalaga nila na si Danilo Dambu Dambu Feliciano na di umano spokesman ng pangkat.
Ang tanong nyo kung kanino
Gusto ko lang po
binigay,
malaman
have you-
kasi sabi niyo po, nagbigay kayo ng 100,000 dalawang beses para po kay Deputy Director Ragos.
Yes.
Tatanong ko lang po, saan po nanggagaling yung dalawang 100,000
Okay.
na binigay niyo po kay Director Ragos?
please answer directly and be brief, no?
Yes. Ganito po, sir. Nilapitan ko, matapos na sabihin sa akin, doon sa opisina ni Director Ragos, na kailangan magbigay ng 100,000, pinuntahan ko ang dumidiskarte ng drugs sa pangkat namin, na si Jojo Baligad.
So, your time is up, Kong Fortun. We will have a second.
Just one last, Mr. Chairman, if you will give me this one
Sige po,
last
sige po.
opportunity to ask question. Kahapon po, nandito po si Deputy Director Ragos at tinanong ko siya tungkol dito sa 100,000 a week mula sa ilang inmates na ang tawag niyo po doon Tara, di ba po? Dinideny niya, wala po siyang ginawang ganyan, wala po siyang binigyan ng ng anumang instruction sa loob ng bilibid na magkolekta ng Tara.
Yun po ay hindi totoo. Kasi po, sumunod po ako sa gusto niya na ibigay kay June Ablin ang pera. Ayon din sa utos niya po. Wala akong katotohanan kung itatanggi niya ang mga bagay na yan. Yun ay malaking kabulaanan ho yun. Dahil hindi naman po para ako magbigay kay June Ablin at lumapit po ako sa isang dumidiskarte sa pangkat ko ng droga, mabigat man sa akin, at hindi man ako ang dapat tawagin na dahil hindi na ako ang may say o may kapangyarihan sa pangkat, bagamat ako pa rin ang kinikilala ng pangkat. Ito ay naging oportunidad sa mga gusto
Sige po,
dumiskarte
so,
ng droga. Pero ito ay binigay pa rin sa kanya. Nag-comply kami sa kanya ng 2 beses, sir.
Okay. Thank you. And one last, Mr. Chairman. Saan po napupunta yung binibigay Deputy Director Ragos?
According to him, sinabi niya na para makahabol sa kota, yun po ay hindi ko na po mapapaliwanag kung kanino po yun.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. We will have our next rounds. There are 27 interpellators who signified their intention to interpellate. Kanya, let's give time to the others also. Thank you. Kong Teves, you're now recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mabigat yung sinabi ni General Magalong kanina, no? Yung revelation niya. We are here to conduct an investigation in aid of legislation. So I strongly suggest that we make legislation in relation to what General Magalong has said. Yung whitewash na raid. Kailan lang kasi nangyari sa probinsya namin yun eh. Ni-raid yung provincial jail namin, malinis. Parang doon, hindi sila pwede mag-raid na hindi mag-coordinate. So ang dali maglinis kung ganon. Kung yung nagpapatakbo ng jail, for example, the governor or whoever heads that certain jail, kung kailangan pa mag-coordinate ng police, pwede nilang mga ginagawa nila doon. I would like to ask General Magalong if he agrees with me na gawa ng legislation na sa mga ganon, hindi na kailangan magpaalam ng police, pwede na sila mag-raid. So, hindi pwedeng linisin yung tracks ng nangyayari sa loob.
Pero Secretary, meron ho ba kayong proposal dito? Kasi si General Magalong, PNP po yan eh. So, ang Bureau of Corrections jail is under DOJ. Meron ho ba kayong mga panukalang batas dito para mas maging effective po itong
Can I clarify, Mr. Chairman? Kaya nga sinabi ko na kung okay yung pulis sa ganon, dahil nakita ko yung dilema ng pulis. Di ba nag-iimbestiga tayo dito sa nagpapatakbo ng Department of Justice dati. Same as yung nangyayari sa kulungan namin, ni-raid nga doon sa may hawak ng jail. So nilinis nila. So kung gusto ng pulis na magawa tayong panukalang batas na pwede na sila mag-raid without coordinating doon sa nagpapatakbo ng jail, mas mapapaganda yung trabaho nila at hindi pwede linisin ng protektor ng droga na nagpapatakbo. I hope I am very clear on that.
Tama yun. Pero siyempre, yun na nga, sino ba may mando sa jail? Yun yung kanya, siguro baka para matugunan natin ito. Baka meron na kayong mga panukalang batas dyan or may MOA kayo, General. Secretary.
Mr. Chair, Your Honors, alam po ninyo, up to this time, hindi pa na-appoint yung ating permanent director ng Bucor. Isa lamang po ang presidential appointee na nakaupo dyan sa Bucor, si Asuncion, na siya ang appointment niya, isa sa mga deputy director. Dapat po merong 3 directors dyan, yung number 1, yung talagang director, at saka 2 deputy director. So, ang nasa isip ko po, kung sila ay buo na, pati yung team nila, sapagkat sila naman ang nakakaalam dyan, at ang Secretary ng Department of Justice ay bihira naman pong pumasok dyan, we expect na sila ang mag-propose, course it through the department, and then we'll make or recommend whatever legislation is to be necessary. Otherwise po, sa dami
Thank you
ng...
po. In the absence of any proposition from the department concerned, siguro, General Magalong, baka meron kayong suggestion dito.
Your Honor, Mr. Chair, I would like to appreciate the proposition of Congressman Tevez. But, Your Honor, this is a question of jurisdiction. We cannot simply enter a facility that is actually being managed and supervised by a particular agency that is very discourteous. You just simply have to trust people here. Pangit naman na basta-basta na lang kayo papasok dun sa isang lugar. Tapos at the same time, may mga gwardiya rin siya. May mga na personnel din. That would result to misencounters. And that is something that we would like to avoid. Yung mga blue on blue situation. So, as a matter of personal opinion, I would rather say na we need to coordinate with somebody who we trust. In this particular example, yung Bucor, yung NBP, we decided to coordinate with the highest official, the Secretary of the Interior and Local Government, the Secretary of Justice.
Thank you. The committee is well-minded of this. Baka you might have any suggestion, Your Honor. Please submit it to the Secretariat, and we will process that as part of our committee report that we will submit to plenary for approval.
Yeah, may I continue?
Please.
I think I still have enough time. Ang sinasabi ko dito, yun yung gusto ko matanggal yung jurisdictional. Again, di ba dati, nag-coordinate sila General Magalong sa SOJ. Ngayon, ang inibestigan natin ang SOJ. Dati. That's what I'm trying to say. Let's do legislation to get rid of these things that it will not happen in the future. Na, again, is kung ikaw nagpapatakbo ng, and I don't think bastos yun kung merong warrant. And I think the General Magalong would agree with me, if there's a warrant from the court, hindi na di ba? Hindi na kailangan mag-coordinate sa nagpapatakbo. Hindi lang sa NBP sa iba-ibang kulungan na ginagawang ngayon.
Sige po, maraming salamat. Siyempre, pag nakakulong na wala nang warrant yan and meron ng humahawak dyan sa may jurisdiction yung pinopoint out ni General Magalong. Anyway,
I'm trying to say,
Your
sir,
Honor,
warrant
please,
for the institution, not for the person. For
If
the
Your Honor,
institution
please,
to
if
be
you
raided.
have any specific suggestion, please submit to the committee and we will consider that as by the committee and we will approve it also. Are you done, Your Honor? Thank you. So we now move to Congressman Lacson.
Thank you, Chair.
Meron ba to? Sorry. Congressman Maceda pala.
Okay yan. Nauna siya sa akin. Sige, thank you.
Sorry.
Aseda.
Kasi, bakit mo ba binura ito?
Kay Kong Tebes, hindi na ilista yung sa akin, natakpan.
Nandito, pero may buras eh.
Pasensya na po.
Hindi, okay lang. First of all, Mr. Chairman, thank you. I'd like to manifest that I've been here for 2 days and the way that the Chairman Umali has been handling this investigation is very professional. And in fact, is being very lenient by allowing a lot of manifestations and extra comments as long as it is germane to the subject matter. And that is very good because at the end of the day, all you want here is to ferret out the truth and to elicit facts that will help us legislators in crafting laws to make sure that this will not happen again. Ang diretso na po ako, Mr. Chairman, isa na lang pong witness ang tatanungin ko, si Mr. Jaime Pacho, yung commander ng Batman. Yes, Mr. Pacho, ang sabi mo kasi dito sa unang paragraph ng iyong salaysay, nung linapitan ka tsaka muna, una sa lahat, pare-pares lang kayong commander ni JB Sebastian, di ba po?
Opo.
Kumbaga, kasi gusto ko maintindihan kung bakit pare-parehas kayong commander, pero nung huli, parang siya na yung naging pinakabida sa lahat, pinaka-kingpin. Ang pagkakaintindi ko, bago kayo maging commander sa isang pangkat, siguro mataas sa inyo ng iyong mga kinasasakupan at kumbaga astig kayo, di ba? Tigas kayo. Tama po ba yun?
Sa pangkat po namin, Your Honor.
Astig kayo sa pangkat nyo. So kasi gusto ko maintindihan bakit ang nangyari nung huli, parang naghari na si JB. Nung una kanyang linapitan, tinanong kanya kung gusto mo magkaroon ng hanap buhay tungkol sa droga mo, pag-iisipan mo.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ba't ka nag-isip?
Your Honor,
Ano bang ibang hanap buhay doon, bukod sa droga?
Your Honor, mayroon po akong PX po. Sa pangkat po namin, mayroon po akong yung sanglaan po, at saka may parlor po, at saka
May parlor kayo? Oo.
Opo, Your Honor. PX po.
PX Goods.
Opo.
So kumbaga, meron ka ng sariling hanap buhay, iniisip mo, bakit ka papapasok sa illegal na droga?
Opo.
Kaya lang, okay pa lang talagang negosyo sa loob ng Bilibid ah.
Bukod pa po yun doon, Your Honor, mayroon pa po kaming tinatawag na isito po. Kaming mga commander, bali kami nagpipinan po.
Kayo nag-finance. Pero napilitan kang pumasok dito dahil text sa'yo si JB, sabi mo dito. At nung sagot mo nga ay hindi ka pa sigurado, tsaka na. Ang sabi mo, doon na nagsimula na ginigipit ka halos araw-araw. Search.
Opo.
Bakit bago ba nangyari? Panggigipit ba yung araw? Anong klaseng search ba yon?
Your Honor, nangyari po sa akin, Your Honor, araw-araw po yung tatawagin pong kubol. Halos
Tatawagin ka sa
araw-araw po,
kubol.
Your Honor, sinesearch po ng mga tinatawag sa amin sa maximum ng SP.
Ano yung SPU?
Ano yung SP yan? Special Patrol Unit po.
Yung search na to, may kasama ba tong physical harm? Nasasaktan ka?
Hindi naman po.
Pero napeperwisyo ka?
Opo. Kasi kataon po, Your Honor, na halos yung kubol ko po, Your Honor, hindi na po ako makalapit. Parang ito pong kubol ko, nilalagyan po nila ng na hindi na ako pwede lumapit doon po.
So bago itong pagpeperwisyo na to, hindi ka gaano kadalas lang ang search sa inyo? Hindi ba dapat may search talaga sa loob ng Bilibid, regular? Namamahala?
Mayroon po, pero sa akin po, Your Honor, wala pong nangyayaring search.
So magmula nung dahil hindi ka sumasang-ayon, nasasama ka dito sa illegal na pagbebenta ng droga, sinesearch ka na araw-araw?
Yun
Yun
po
ang
ang
sinasabi
palagay
mo.
ko, Your Honor.
Sa pang-apat, sinabi mo na kinausap eventually at sinabi na para hindi ka maperwisyo, tulungan mo siya. Anong klaseng perwisyo sinabi sa'yo?
Wala man pong direktang sinabing ano yung provision, Your Honor. Pero ang iniisip ko, yung sigurong na ginikipit po ako.
May pagbabanta ba sa iyo?
Wala naman po.
So basta, paano ka naniniwala na mapiperwisyo ka?
Kasi, Your Honor, mayroong isang basis na natutulog po ako sa Building 1 po. Sinesearch yung balik kubol ko po sa Building 11. Alas 12 po ng gabi, Your Honor, kinuha po ako sa Building 1. Pagdating ko po doon, mayroon na pong sinasabing may baril na po na ang sabi akin daw po. Pero labas po sa kubol ko sa Building 11 po.
Mukhang at home ka na ba dyan sa Bilibid? Mukhang masaya ka ba dyan? Kasi may mga negosyo. May mga negosyo
wala na
ka
po
rin.
akong magawa, Your Honor, dahil medyo malaki ko po, Your Honor.
So kung kailangan may gustong magpagupit, doon pupunta sa'yo, di ba?
Opo, Your Honor.
Well, to my last point, because for lack of material time, binabanggit mo dito na text sa'yo si JB at binanggit din na ibang testigo na ginagamit nila nyo talaga yung cellphone, malaking phone para sa kung ano man ang inyong aktibidades sa loob. Yung cellphone mo ba malakas ang signal?
Opo, Your Honor.
Pag nag-text ka at nag-text sa'yo, matatanggap mo agad?
Opo, Your Honor.
Please wind up, Your Honor.
Talo pa tayo, Mr. Chairman, dito sa Kongreso. Dito mismo sa building na ito, napakahina ng signal. Sabi mo ba, Mr. Pacho, na kung wala kang cellphone, kung ang cellphone o ang signal ay mahinang-mahina, maapektuhan ng mga pagbebenta ng droga, illegal activities, apektado?
Your Honor, kung talaga total mawala ang cellphone sa Bilibid, Your Honor, matitigil po ang transaksyon ng droga, Your Honor.
Siguro hindi naman matitigil ng todo dahil pwede namang may mga bumibisita, pero siguro mga 90% mababawasan pag
Yes, Your
walang
Honor.
cellphone. Well, Mr. Chairman, I don't have any further inquiries. I'll just like to make a final manifestation that nakakabahala po yung mga naririnig natin ng nakaraang 2 araw. Meron pang presentation kahapon tungkol dun sa nagko-conference minsan yung mga commander na hindi pwede pumasok yung mga empleyado, yung mga prison guard. So para executive session ang dating. O tapos makakapanood ng concert, talo tayo. Tapos pwedeng uminom doon, pwedeng magpasok ng babae tulad lang ko. At yung worst of all, yung illegal drug trade na it seems to be really there and flourishing. Sana po ay dahil ang administrasyon ng ating Pangulo, ang centerpiece program niya ay to curb the drug problem. Hindi naman maganda siguro kung mismo sa loob ng state-run penitentiary ay drug trade na nangyayari. Kasi hinahabol natin yung mga kriminal up to the smallest streets sa lahat ng kanto sa bundok. Tas yung pala sa sarili nating gobyerno at pamahalaan ay nangyayari ito. Kaya alam ko na ayaw ito mangyari ni Secretary Aguirre. Alam ko na ayaw ito mangyari ng ating Pangulo. At tayo po bilang dapat base dito sa nalaman natin at ngayon at malalaman pa, dapat gumawa tayo ng mga batas o mag-amenda ng mga existing laws para siguruhin na hindi maulit ito at hindi ito mangyayari dahil hindi po talaga maganda ito. It's setting a bad example, and it is incumbent upon us legislators of the legislative arm of the government to make sure that we do everything in our power to protect the citizens and for this not to happen again. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Kong Maceda. We now recognize Kong Lacson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would like just to ask yung mga resource persons natin, yung mga high-profile inmates natin. Actually, marami sila. Si Mr. Tan, Martinez, Pancho, and Mr. Culangco. Ki Mr. Tan, na-mention niya sa affidavit niya, merong mga instances na merong silang yung magbibigay ng pera is sa casino nangyayari. So, can you elaborate on this? Can you, by the way, Mr. Tan, Okay, so we better speak in English. So you said in your affidavit that there are some casinos that the transaction are done in the casino. Can you specify which casinos is this?
Oh, jeez. Peter was the one who called in the casino, and I just basically translated to Judd. So, if I'm not mistaken, that should be Soler.
Okay, so Soler. So I heard in the casinos there are a lot of videos. So can we, Chairman, can we request for this copy of the videos? It will be like an evidence to tell it they are really telling the truth. Yes, Mr. Chairman, I would just like to request the video of the casino, of the Soler Casino, if
Soler?
just to substantiate. They said Mr. Peter Ko was in the casino doing transaction. This is within the affidavit. So can we just
Meron ba
request a
tayong
copy?
video niyan, Secretary? Sec, Secretary Aguirre, do we have a video of that? Si Peter Coba in Soler?
We have no such, Mr. Chair, we have no such video. Perhaps CCTV of the establishment could help, but for representation.
Yes. Yes, can we have a subpoena? I'm not a lawyer, so I'm not very particular with how you do it. Okay, they said subpoena ducib tecum is the... Mr. Chair, I would like to make a request for a subpoena ducib tecum for the video of the Soler that will implicate Mr. Ko in the transaction as what is in the affidavit of
You
Mr.
know,
Tan?
if we are to issue a subpoena on this, you have to provide a particular date, time, whatever. We will tackle the matter later so that it will not eat upon your time. Pero kailangan po ng particulars because we cannot just issue
Yes,
a
sir.
subpoena without details.
Okay, can we just ask Mr. Tan to give the details of this particular details in his affidavit?
Well, what happened when I said that was Mr. Ko who went to Soler Casino. He actually called Soler Casino. He knows run the management, and he asked them to release money, and he told Judd to go there. He told Soler Casino certain Jose Adrian Dera, who's on his way there, and just kindly release him certain amount of money.
Oh,
Okay, so it wasn't Peter Ko.
so you're telling me even Soler Casino is involved or is involved in this drug trade? Is what you are telling us now?
Drug trade, I think Peter knows the management, so he just borrowed some money. That's about it.
Okay, well, it's quite now an intricate web of things because I was with the hearing for a long time yesterday. Businesses are telling there's a lot of money, exchange money going on, and if it's cash, I'm also wondering, in the New Bilibid prison, there is a cash transaction. A lot of money or are exchanging hands. I'm wondering why in prison there is like from small amount to millions of pesos exchanging hands. So I was really amazed with that. And also, there are instances that the drug transactions or the payout involve accounts or involve the MC Lulier or Palawan branch. Is there a pawn shop inside the casino or a bank? Because in the several affidavits, they mentioned depositing money Can you someone enlighten me on this?
Your Honor, just to be precise, no, can we please, you are interpolating witness based on what? This is, I suppose, paragraph 9. And what is stated in paragraph 9, so that we will just be clear, no, is that record of Jad, who is the Vera. Who is this Vera? Is he an inmate?
No, it's not.
So it is not Peter Ko who is in the casino,
Yes.
but Vera who is in the casino. Para lang ho hindi tayo
Yes,
maligaw
yes.
ano, sa
Yes, yes.
ating interpellation. Pakibasa lang po yung sworn statement para po malinaw ang ating pong pagtatanong.
Yes.
Kasi may implicate ho yung casino or whatever, yung pala hindi naman po pala si Peter Ko. Nating magsubpina ng mga video nito, yung pala hindi naman po siya yon. So let us just be clear on this for the record, no? So it is Jad or
Jose Adrian.
Jose Adrian Dera
Yeah.
that was there in the casino, not
sir.
Peter Ko.
No, no, yes, sir, exactly.
Okay, so I'll address the DOJ to, because they're the lead agency who's, handling this and we are just in aid of legislation. So,
Precisely. So we will.
okay,
Anyway, time.
Okay,
Does
Chairman.
he still have time?
one more.
Last point. Your
Last point, because everybody's like a lot of witnesses have been testifying, or they're pointing at then Secretary of Justice Laila de Lima, focusing on the collection or the payola to her campaign funds. Then they point out that J.B. Sebastian have evolved into to be an overlord of the prison. Well, all of them are pointing to him now. Now, my question in my mind is, all of them are saying that they come willingly to testify. So, all of them are corroborating with what has happened. Now, is Sebastian also willing to testify, because he's the one, we have the witness protection here. Yes, sir.
yeah, actually, we issued a subpoena, but the question, I guess, can be answered by the Secretary.
Mr. Chair, we tried to get Sebastian, but he wanted to limit his testimony to the anomalies in connection with the food supply to the catering, where he said that at least 10 million pesos is being distributed monthly. We did not agree. We said that you must, but we have not given up.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
So,
I'm just saying that the prison now has the environment that is like a sanctuary for these syndicates. I mean, one thing is the problem is that they have cell phones, they have money or legal tender that's inside.
Please wind
And I
up,
hope
Your Honor.
this could be addressed by the Department of Justice. Thank you, Secretary.
Thank you,
Mr. Chair.
Kong Lacson. Next on the list is Congresswoman Cagas.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for the recognition. For my first concern, I would like to ask the Secretary or Secretary Aguirre on their plan of action, considering the evidence that the DOJ has against officials and personnel, Bucor, NBI, and other high-profile personalities involved in this investigation. This representation is in the belief that your office has enough evidence at hand that it would just be prudent to file